darkness surrounds us. It's time to light up the night. It's time for Zero Dark 30 with John.
Yay! Cut out the jibber jabber. Don't be babbling like a fool. Say what you got to say. That's all. Then shut your dang pie hole.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Prepared Mind channel. Good golly, what is going on these days? The man with two brains, huh? How did I come up with that title? Well, it was a Steve Martin movie, and it was a really typical Steve Martin movie. But I would listen to comedians, and that's what kind of reminded me of Steve Martin. One comedian, a very famous guy, Bill Burr. It's actually funny, but he said that they did a great job in LA with the fires. I just didn't get that. A great job, really? A great job, huh? And then another comedian is making fun of him. Not Bill Burr, but making fun of the fact that they fucked everything up. It's unbelievable. Half the country thinks that when Trump was president, things were terrible in their lives. And the other half said, no, things are great with Trump. Joe Biden yesterday, he may as well have been a comedian, says it's the strongest economy ever, the nation's more secure, it's a great culture. That's not the impression I've gotten about the world we live in. That is for sure. Inflation on a year-to-year basis has been horrifying. Some things, just skyrocketed instantly, like fuel. But food, yeah, it's awful. Inflation is awful. The nation is less secure, in my opinion. Things are not better culturally, socially. They're fucking outrageously terrible because of what has been allowed, what has been encouraged, and you could even say what has been financially subsidized. And what doctors are doing, folks. Even medicine is politicized. I mean, what brain are we using on this one? Medicine was supposed to be about helping people get over illnesses, with surgery, medicines that actually cure diseases. Now doctors, their job is to lie to you, tell you you're sick, and put you on a machine that kills you so they get more money. That's kind of the opposite of the Hippocratic oath that they took. Right? Again, what brain are we using? What brain are we using, folks? This world. The military is supposed to be about protecting the nation. Yet they've completely emasculated it. Right? You got men running around wearing skirts. Well, they're women's uniforms for the military, but they're men. They're men. Well, only in the chromosomal sense. In the psychological sense, they're something quite different. What used to be a personality disorder is now considered praiseworthy. It's just this what fucking brain do you use to come to that conclusion that being a fruitcake is praiseworthy? Where does that come from? I don't know what's coming at us, folks. But never mind how we got to that point where it's okay to allow doctors to mutilate children, psychologists to lie to them and tell them it's okay. to be whatever it is that they're being programmed to be, where schools and teachers have communist flags and the flags of mass murderers on their walls as heroes. Well, absolutely crapping on a system that has been the most prosperous and the most free. Where did that come from, right? What world not only allows that, but praises it again, praises it. That's a good thing. It is, to me, unbelievable. It's also unconscionable. It, and Democrats, they're all for all of this. The open border. How can the president of the United States, how can Congress, how can the police be okay with what's going on? And then it's not just America. Hell, how about the world with two brains, right? The world with two brains. England will arrest you if you criticize Islam or Muslims or whatever the hell's going on over there. But if you rape children, you get a sentence of 0 to basically nothing, while you'll get years in jail. Not if you're out there threatening people on the street, not if you're harassing people repeatedly after being told to stop, right? Individuals, like going and targeting. But if you make a general statement on the internet where nobody has to read it, and odds are nobody will find you, you will be visited home and arrested, tried, and sent to prison for far longer than those who commit the most heinous offenses. And if I may be frank, rapists in prison and child molesters get killed for being exactly that, rapists and child molesters. Even criminals have a code of conduct that do not accept what they do. Oh, but politicians do. I mean, what world is it where the criminals have a higher moral ethic standard than half the politicians in America? And I don't have to exaggerate. I don't have to exaggerate. What world is it where if you rob a bank, you go to jail for the rest of your life? But if you rob the country, you get the Presidential Medal of Honor. You're allowed to keep the money. No one can call you a criminal, right? And you get to live out your days enjoying all the money you stole as a government representative. What kind of world is that? Who is supposed to stop that? I remember 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, people complaining about police laws and rules, police conduct, police ethics, and why don't they police each other? Who polices the police? Well, we're past that. We're past that fucking question. Now we're at the part where we say, who in government is actually doing their job at all? Who is policing the police who are supposed to be policing? Right? They're not. Who is investigating the investigators who are supposed to investigate those who need investigation? Nobody is doing their fucking jobs. While you work and slave every day, your money on Wall Street is being stolen. They call it trading. It's being stolen now. It's just being fucking stolen. Because they're clever and they use computers. And because the federal government, no ethics, there's no decency. We're all being screwed over, folks. You have to have two brains to play this game. You have to have one brain that you use on a daily basis. You use, I use, us. That brain that we have has to make sense of all this asinility, right? And dodge and weave and go make a paycheck and pay taxes. And then you're supposed to just take that brain out, the logical, rational brain that makes decisions, that make sense, that make dollars, so that you can pay your fucking taxes. And then when you get home, you take that brain out and you put in the other brain that says all this other bullshit that's happening in the world is okay. It's okay for doctors and the military and Wall Street and the White House and Washington, other nations to be absolutely retarded. And it's fine. And in fact, I'm good with it. And I won't criticize it. If you're not awake and doing what we do and thinking about this and preparing, if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. Man with two brains. Anyways, folks, thank you for everything you do for the show, for supporting, share, spread the word, like, subscribe, follow, all those words, all those things. Make sure people wake the hell up because they need it.